SQL commands are instructions. It is used to communicate with the database. It is also used to perform specific tasks, functions, and queries of data. Today, we are going to sample some of the functions and operators of SQL. My name is Abdul Qadir Salami. Let's practice it. Welcome to your SQL tutorial video. Today we are going to talk more of SQL commands. We are going to emphasize more on the functions and operators of SQL commands. So welcome. So right now let's talk about alter table. Alter table allows you to add column to a table in a database. So it means you can add a column to an existing table. So now let's do that. First, let me select all from goats. Okay, goat happens to be a table in a database called MovieDB. So, yep, this is the information we have. So right now, I want to add a new column to this table. So now let's do it. So to do that, we need to type alter table, and then the name of the table is called goat. Then add, what is the name of the new column? Okay, let me use celebrity. That's the name of the new column. And then what is the data type? Varchar. And that's it. So what this means is alter table, which means we are altering the table called goat, and then we are adding a celebrity as a column into that table. And we need to put our data type, which is varchar, and let's execute it. Okay, done. So now let's check it to confirm if it's there. Select all from goats. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, as you can see, this is it. We have it here. We have it after star column, so we have celebrity. So that's how alter table works. Please kindly subscribe, like, and share for more of our videos. Thank you. Okay, so now let's talk about updates. Update statements allow you to edit rows in a table. Okay, so now let's do that. Now let's type our update, then goat, that's our table name, then set the new column we created, which was celebrity. So we are going to update that. Celebrity is equals to rainbow. Then where movie underscore ID is equals to 102. Now let's execute it. So what this means is update our table known as goat, set the celebrity column to rainbow, where our movie ID is equals to 102, and our movie ID is the primary key. So now let's take a look at the results. So to do that, select all from goats. Okay, so this is it. Rainbow. So that's how update works. It's allow us to edit rows in a table. So that's for that. So now let's talk about with. With clause allow you to store the results of a query in a temporary table using an alias. Let's work on with. Now, how does with work? Okay, let's do it. So now we have with temporary. That's the name, temporary name, underscore name, as. Okay, we give it an enter. Now select all from goat, which is our table. Then we close the bracket. Okay, and then select all from temporary underscore name, where industry equals to Hollywood. Now let me explain this. Just like I said, with clause allow you to store a result of a query in a temporary table. So when I execute this, it's going to show me a temporary table where the queries are stored. So the beautiful things about this is that you can also define multiple temporary tables using comma or with one instance of the with keyword. Okay, so now let's execute it. So now this is it. So now a table that shows the informations of Hollywood. All the informations of Hollywood, this is it. Now this is a table, a temporary table with the with keyword. So it shows a temporary table with the with keyword. So what this means is that we have a table that carries the information of industry. And here we have Hollywood, 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 Hollywood. Now, the information of the industry, the condition is show Hollywood. So now let's move to the next one. Let's talk about where. Where is a clause that indicates you want to filter the result set to include only rows where following condition is true. Okay, so now let's do that. Okay, let me use the column title from our table called goats, where release year is equals to 2022. So what this means is select title, which is a column, from the table called goats, where release year is 2022. In summary, we are going to get all the title of the film released in year 2022. That's what it means. So now let's execute it. That's it. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 5 films, 5 titles of film released in year 2022. So that's what where does. Where is a clause that indicates you want to filter the result set to include only role where the following condition is true. So the condition here is I need the result of 2022 film release, and that is it. Please kindly subscribe, like, and share for more of our videos. Thank you. So now let's talk about select distincts. Select distincts specify the statement is going to be a query that returns unique value in the specified column. So what it does is it only specifies those statements of the query that will be returned unique value in a specified column. So now let's give an example. Select this thing. Let me use the column industry. Industry from growth. That's our table. Now let's execute it. So that's it. That's it. So in our industry, we have just 2 unique values, which is Bollywood and Hollywood. Even though in that column, Bollywood was used like 4 or 5 times, Hollywood was used like 8 times. The essence of these things is to cut off, duplicate, and just pick the specific value from the column. So that's it. So now let's move to sum. Now, sum is a function that takes the name of a column as an argument and return the sum of all the value in the column. Now, the word argument here means like your syntax or your formula. So what sum does is it takes the name of that column as an argument, as a formula, as a syntax, and return the sum of all the value into the column. Now, let's take a look at our, language ID. Okay, first, let's do select all from, what's the more table that's good. Now with this result, we have language ID here, and you can see we have 3, 5, 1, 2, 1, 1, 5, 1. So now what I want to do now, I need the total sum of the language ID. So that's why I'm using sum. Now to do that, let's use select sum, open bracket. Sum is a function, and in between the bracket, you type language underscore ID, and then you close it. It's already closed, sorry. That's from goat. Now let's execute it. So now the total sum of the language ID we have is 133. So it returns the total sum of the column. So that's how sum works. So now let's move to the next one, which is select statements. Now, select statements are used to fetch data from a database. Every query will begin with select. Yes, every query begins with select. So now let me select, or let me extract or fetch database from this table called GOAT. Now to do that, we use select industry from GOAT. So what this means is that I'm selecting a column from the table. I'm fetching information from a column from the table. Now the column name is industry, the table name is GOAT. So now let's do that. So it shows me everything in that column, which is industry. Now, the other way to go about it, I can select everything, which means fetch all the information in the table called GOAT. So instead of selecting column, which is industry, let me use the asterisk, which means select all, which means fetch all the information from the table called GOAT. So that's it. So that's how select works. So the next one, let's talk about round. Round is a function that takes a column name on an integer. Integer is a whole number. As an argument, it runs the value into the column to the number of decimal places specified by the integer. So right now, let me just summarize this. Now, when you look at our IMDb rates, we have 8.4, 7.0, 6.8. If I'm to run this up into an integer, into a whole number, I use the round function. So now to do that, we use select round. We open the bracket, there's it. And IMDb underscore rating, comma. So, sorry. I need to open the brackets here. So what this means is rounding the column, which has value of decimal number, to what? So I'm rounding up to 0, then I close the brackets. From which table? That's from GOAT. Now, before I execute it, we can all take a look at it from here. These are all decimal numbers. Now, this argument, we round it up to a whole number. So now let's do that. So that's it. So everything now is in whole number. So that's how argument works. Please kindly subscribe, like, and share for more of our videos. Thank you. Let's talk about left join or outer join. Left join or outer join returns all the record from the left table and the match record from the right. So what this does is that it returns all the record from the left table and the ones that match from the right. So right now we have our database here called MovieDB, and we have almost 5 or 6 tables here. So now we are going to join GOAT table and movie table. Now we can do this in 2 ways, but I'm going to do the first way. So let's have a preview of the table. Select all from GOAT. Okay, this is our table. We have movie ID. The beautiful thing about checking your table, it helps you to know what column or what primary key you can use to link it up with the other table. Because join is all about linking 2 tables together. One gives you the full information, and the second one gives you the one that matches the other table. So now I can see my movie ID, my title. Okay, now let's check the other table. We have movies. Okay, so these are movies. Okay, we have movie ID, we have indoor. Okay, now I'll have a look at the 2 tables. Now let's go to it. So I'm going to use movie ID as the primary key for both to link them up together, to left join them together. So now to do that, I will have to use select all from GOAT. That's one of the table. Then join to movie. movies, that's the second table, on goat dot movie score ID, which is equals to movie, the second table, movies dot movie underscore, that's the column for the second. So now what this means is that show me all the information in my left table and ones that matches from my right, add it to it. Okay, so now let's do that. This is it. This is how it works. So I have my two tables here. I have the all information of the left and with the right that matches into it. So this is how left join works. Now let's talk about minimum. Now minimum is called min, a column, as an argument and return the smallest value in that column. So I'm still going to use my language ID as the column to demonstrate this. And this is my language ID once again. You can see all the information here. But right from here, I can tell that the minimum is 1. But let's assume that we have thousands and then 1 is not included, we have numbers. So let's type the code. So now what do? We use select min, like I said. So this is it. So in between, we put our language called ID in it. Good. So let's execute it. Okay, 1. So this is how it works. Like I said, it's a function that takes the name of a column as an argument, then return the smallest value into it. Please kindly subscribe, like, and share for more of our videos. Thank you. Let's talk about OR. OR is an operator that filters the result set to only include rows where either condition is true. So right now we have our table called goat. Let's select all from goats. So now we have this. So what I want to do now is to select title of movies that are from the industry of Hollywood or released in 2015. So which means I'm going to receive 2 results. The result of the title of the movie from Hollywood or the result of the film that was released 2015. Okay, let's type it. So now we use select title from goat where industry let's select, okay, sorry, select title from goat where industry is equals to Hollywood. Then we close it as a string or release year is equals to 2015. Now let's execute it. Okay, so this is it. So these are movies. These are movies from Hollywood and or were released 2015. So we have Bollywood and Hollywood. So I need movies from Hollywood or movie released 2015. So that's how OR works. It's filter the results set to only include rows, where either condition is true. So now let's talk about order by. Order by is a clause that indicates the result set by a particular group, either alphabetical or numerical. So now let's do that. So I'm going to order the title as a column from the table called GOAT. I want it to be order ascending, in ascending order. So let's do, okay, first let's take a look at it. Select all from GOAT. So as you can see, this is the title, and what we have here is not alphabetical. We have K, D, T, T, D, T, D, so it's scattered. So I want it in ascending order. So right now I will use select title from GOAT order by title in ascending order. So now let me explain this. Order the title, okay, which is a column, from the table GOAT. Let it be ordered in ascending order. So it's going to be alphabetical. So let's, okay, so this is it. We have 3 idiots, A, B, C, C. So that's what order does. Okay, it sorts the results set by particular column. So now let's talk about maximum. So I'm going to use the column. I'm going to use the column called language ID. Select all from GOAT. So right now I'm going to use, let me use movie ID. Use this. I want to check the maximum number from this movie ID. So that's where our max comes in. So I'm going to use, and note, max is a function, okay? Max is a function that takes the name of a column as an argument and return the largest value in that column. So select max is a function. So this is it. So in between it, we put the name of the column. That's movie underscore ID. Then from GOAT. So right now we have 140. So that's the highest number in that movie ID. So that's how that works. Please kindly subscribe, like, and share for more of our videos. Thank you. Okay, let's talk about like. Like is a special operator used with the where clause to search for a specific pattern in a column. Okay, now, for example, let me use select all from GOAT. Now, this is what. So right now, I need the movie title called 3 Idiots. Now, imagine I have thousands of rows. It will be very difficult for me to extract these because I have to scroll up and scroll down. But right now, I can use the like special operator to extract that information. And to do that, all I have to do is to type select all from GOAT, where the title like 3 idiots is a string. I have to make the 3 idiots a string. So now let's execute it. So that's it. So as you can see, the movie ID 108 and 3 idiots. So what it means basically is that like is used to search for information from the column, and that is it. So now let's talk about limit. What does limit do? Limit is a clause that lets you specify the maximum number of rows the result set will have. Okay, let's do it again. Select all from GOAT. Remember, GOAT is our table. So now, right now, I have this table. So now, and I have hundreds of table. So the power of limit is to specify the number of columns I want. So right now, I just need 10 rows. So I'm writing a query telling MySQL that, okay, limit the search to 10. Limit the search to 10. I have hundreds of rows, limit the search to 10. I can limit it to 20, but right now, limit it to 10. So what do I do? So now I have to select, so right now I have to type select all from GOAT, then limit to what? To 10. And let's execute it. So that's it. That's it. Right now I have 10. So this is how limit works. Please kindly subscribe, like, and share for more of our videos. Thank you. Okay, now let's talk about inner join. Inner join return records that have matching value in both tables. Imagine we have table 1 and table 2. So the matching value in both tables is what inner join returns. So right now I'm going to use my table called GOAT and my second table called movie. I have two tables here. This is my database. So I'm going to use GOAT and I'm going to use movie. So let's inner join it. So, okay. We are going to type select all from GOAT, which is my first table, join with movies, my second table, on GOAT dot movies underscore ID, which is my primary key, is equals to movie. So what this means is I'm merging two tables together with similar match. So that's what it means. So now let's execute it. Okay, so this is it. This is how it works. This is how inner join works. So now let's talk about is null. Is null and is not null. Is null and is not null. They are operators used with the where clause to test for empty value. So right now, from the table, you can tell that I have null in my table. Now, but there is an operator we can use to extract this out. So now I'm telling MySQL that search for is null. Search for tables, rows with no value. So that's what this means. So I'm going to use select all from GOAT where select all from GOAT where star. I have a table called star. This is a table called star. I have a column called star where star is null. So which means search for a column known as star in a table called that has no value. That is null. So now let's execute it. Okay, so that is it. That's it. So right now I have my tables here and then these are all the information. So what this means is, okay, these are tables, these are columns with no value. Now, instead of using asterisk, meaning all, I can specify the column. I can use star. So which means search for a column called star from the table called GOAT where star is null. So let's execute it. So this is it. So this is how it works. So now let's talk about having. Having was added to SQL because of the where keyword could not be used with aggregate functions. Now let's give an example. So to use having, let's use select. Okay, I'm using my language on ID. Yeah, language underscore ID, comma, then count. Okay, count is a function. Count what? Count all from goat, then group by language underscore ID having count. Like I said, count is a function. All. Now let me execute this. Again, what having and group by does is that having means specify the count of each of the rows, group them and specify the numbers they are. Now I have 3 in my language ID and the number of times 3 appears is 1. I have 5 in my language ID and the number of times 5 appear is 21. So summary, what this does is that having and group by works together. So having means having this set of values, group them by the number of counts they appear. So that's just what it means. Please kindly subscribe, like, and share for more videos. Thank you.